My name is Mike Hebb. I am actually a historian. I actually have 2 degrees in history, one in British history, one in American history. But interestingly enough, I'm also a chef. Kind of strange combination. So my 2 biggest passions are actually food and history. I actually own and operate a company called the Historic Table. At the Historic Table, I actually prepare and present 18th and 19th century dinners downtown as authentic as I possibly can. Unfortunately, over the last 6 years, between my health problems, the pandemic, and losing my locations, I've had to reopen and open 6 times. This last time, I lost the elevator at my last location, and the dining room was on the 3rd floor and the kitchen was on the 1st floor, and I've been unsuccessful in finding a location for my new location, so not really sure if the Historic Table is going to be continuing. I'm trying to pursue other options as far as history and culinary goes. But one of my other areas of focus has always been the Revolutionary War. A lot of people in South Carolina like to focus on the Civil War. I've always focused very much on the Revolutionary War. And I was so excited when the state of South Carolina came up with this license plate. I have the old one that was done by SC 250 that's a Revolutionary War that has the same picture. And the title of it, Where the Revolutionary War Was Won. A lot of people don't realize how much happened in South Carolina during the Revolutionary War. Now, to be very honest, this slide right here should be my conclusion, and this should be the end of the speech. Because everything on here says, wow, the Revolution was won in this state. Do you know that South Carolina had more battles and skirmishes than any other state during the time of the Revolution? Also, in the years 1780 and 1781, South Carolina accounts for 20% of all deaths in the Revolutionary War. Now, the Revolutionary War lasted for 8 years. 20% of them happened in 2 years in South Carolina. 33% of all war deaths overall occurred in South Carolina. Now, that's kind of interesting because the way that the Revolution is taught in school is opposite of that. You don't learn about 33% of deaths in South Carolina. This is how they teach it in school. Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, Saratoga, and then they just kind of fast forward to Yorktown. Well, Saratoga was 1777, Yorktown's 1781. Where do you think they were fighting for the 4 years in between? It was South Carolina. And I mentioned 33% of all deaths occurred here in South Carolina. Do you think that South Carolina gets 33% of the airtime when it comes to television shows, readings about the Revolution? No, it's usually about less than 5%. So, also, not only did South Carolina have the low point of the Revolutionary War, it also had what I consider is the turning point of the Revolution also.